In only 8 days in office, President Biden has already signed 2 executive orders, one stopping construction of the Keystone XL pipeline and another that limits oil and gas production on federal lands.
But how will the new restrictions affect hardworking Texans whose livelihood depend on the energy industry? Our Jack Allen explains.
Texas lawmakers speaking out this week after President Biden passed a new executive order halting new oil leases on federal lands.
If we just shut off access to oil from federal lands, access to oil from Canada, we're going to get that oil coming in by tanker into the Houston Ship Channel, just like we did 20 years ago.
Texas Republican leaders saying the order, plus the decision to stop construction of the Keystone pipeline, will hurt an economy already crippled by the global pandemic.
I think this is largely symbolic, but it really is not symbolic to people who are losing their jobs.
That sentiment shared by 4 Democratic U.S. representatives from Texas, who are asking the president to rescind the leasing executive order. Governor Abbott going as far as to sign an executive order of his own, reaffirming the state's commitment to the oil industry.
Direct every state agency to use all lawful powers and tools to challenge any federal action that threatens the continued strength, vitality, and independence of the energy industry.
But how much of an impact do the orders truly have? The federal government only owns 1.9% of Texas land, and little of that is used for drilling. As a result, most of the production in the state will remain untouched, and experts say few Texans will lose their jobs.
The state of Texas maintained all of its lands as a condition of our statehood. And so the impact is really not going to be appreciable here.
Hurst says the pandemic and global trade regulations will have the biggest impact on oil and gas. He says the new executive order puts too much of the blame for climate change on corporations instead of consumers.
Just putting federal lands off limits, that doesn't change the consumer's behavior. It's a global market. You shut off one node, the other nodes will step in and fill the void.
In 2019, Texas led the nation in energy consumption, more than double any other state. Reporting in Waco, Jack Allen, 25 News.